Good morning, Standard Ninth. So, in the last class, we started with assignment questions, and today we'll continue with it. Plus, we'll also discuss NCERT questions. So, let us start. Now, in the last class, we discussed till assignment 4. So, today we'll start with assignment 5. So, the first work that you all got was related to this case study of Mishri Lal. And in this it is written that he bought a mechanical sugar cane crushing machine that runs on electricity, and then how he earns profit out of it. So coming to the questions, the first question is that what capital did Mishri Lal need to set up his jaggery manufacturing unit? Now students, capital, we know there are two types of capital, fixed and working capital. So of course, to set up a jaggery manufacturing unit, the first and foremost thing that you require is a sugarcane crushing machine. I also told you all that in early time people used ox to crush sugarcane, but nowadays people do use machines. So Mishri Lal also bought the sugarcane crushing machine. That will be his fixed capital, and money and sugarcane that will be required, that is the raw material, will be his working capital. Question number 2, can you guess why Mishri Lal is unable to increase his profit? Students, there can be a number of reasons for it. For example, number 1, low production of sugarcane. If the production of sugarcane will be less, then of course the raw material will be less. Less raw materials raw material means less output. That means less profit. Also, Mishri Lal's industry is a small scale industry. The output is not very much. So Mishri Lal can face Mishri Lal is unable to increase his profit because of this also, because the output is very low. Also, we studied that this machine that he has runs on electricity. So he also, whatever he is earning, he also has to use a part of it in electricity bill payment. So that is why also he is unable to increase his profit. Question number 3, could you think of any reasons when he might face loss? Students, all the business do involve some or the other kind of risks. So there might be few situations in which Mishri Lal can face loss. Let us just have a look at it. If production of sugarcane reduces. Now students, if the production of sugarcane will reduce, that means he won't have the raw material, and no raw material or less raw material means less of output. So he might face loss in this situation. Also, if his crushing machine will become defective, then also he won't be able to produce anything. If the demand for jaggery decreases, also if people stop buying jaggery or the demand decreases, in this case also he might face loss. Fourth question, why does Mishri Lal sell his jaggery to traders in Shahpur and not in his village? Students, all the shopkeepers or all the salesmen, they want to sell their goods in those areas or in those markets where they get proper demand for it. So in his own village he is not getting proper demand for his production, and that is why he is selling it to the traders in Shahpur. Now coming to the next case study, students. So this case study is about Kareem, who opened a computer class center in the village. And he also employed 2 women in the village who had degree in computer applications. So the questions that you all got related to this case study was that in what ways is Kareem's capital and labor different from Mishri Lal's? Now students, in the previous slide we studied that Mishri Lal used sugarcane crushing machine, that was his fixed capital, and from this case study we got to know that Kareem is using computers, that will be his fixed capital. So the similarity between these two is that both of them are using fixed capital. But then what is the difference? The difference is that Kareem's capital is more expensive, whereas Mishri Lal's capital is a bit cheaper. Also, Kareem has 2 computers, whereas Mishri Lal has only 1 sugarcane crushing machine. The next part of the question is that we also have to compare the labor that they have employed. So Karim's laborers are educated and qualified, as it is given in the case study that he employed 2 women in the village who had degree in computer applications, and whereas Mishrilal's laborers are not qualified, they are not skilled. Also at times Mishrilal doesn't employ laborers. The last case study that you all got is about Kishora, who is a farm labor, and Kishora is involved in a number of production activities so that he can earn livelihood for his family. So the questions were: question number 1, what is Kishora's fixed capital? Students, Kishora's fixed capital is his buffalo that he bought when he got money under some program initiated by the government. Also, his wooden cart that he uses for transportation is his fixed capital. Question number 2, what do you think would be his working capital? So students, his working capital will be the money that he is earning and minus the money that he is keeping to meet his living expenses. Suppose he is earning 4 rupees, out of which he is keeping 1 rupee to meet his living expenses. So only 3 rupees will be left with him to use in the different production activities in which he is involved. So this 3 rupees will be his working capital, money in hand. Question number 3, in how many production activities is Kishora involved? So Kishora is involved in 3 activities, students. Number 1, he is a farm labor. That means he works on rich and medium farmers' land. Number 2, he bought a buffalo with the money that he got, cheap loan that he got, and then he sells his buffalo's milk. So this dairy farming is the next production activity in which he is involved. And number 3 will be transportation, because we also studied that he attached a wooden cart to his buffalo and uses it to transport various items. So Kishora is involved in 3 production activities. And coming to question number 4, would you say that Kishora has benefited from better roads in Palampur? Yeah, if yes, then how? Yes, of course, students, he has benefited from better roads, because as we studied that he is involved in the transportation sector also. So better roads enable him to transport the goods easily. Now, apart from those 3 case studies, I also gave you all 2 questions. Let us just discuss these. Question number 1, explain any 2 non-farming activities practiced in Palampur. Students, the answer for this question you'll get on page numbers 10, 11 and 12. The different types of non-farming activities have been discussed here. By writing the answer of this question, make sure that you write it in points and not in paragraphs. Students, this question you may get as a long answer type question. Next one, how many people are engaged in manufacturing in Palampur? So this is a very short type answer question and a very short answer type question, sorry, and the answer for this question you get on page number 11. So and the answer is that less than 50 people are engaged in manufacturing in Palampur. Now, before starting with the NCERT questions, let me inform you all about the marking scheme of the questions that will be asked in exam. So there are 3, the marking pattern that we follow is 1, 3, 5. You will get very short answer type question, that those questions will carry 1 mark. Then you will get short answer type questions and those questions will carry 3 marks. And then long answer type questions, that those questions will carry 5 marks. So this is all about your marking scheme. Moving ahead to NCERT questions. Students, question number 1, you can do it yourself in your textbook only. We'll start from question number 2. So question number 2 is that modern farming methods require more inputs which are manufactured in industry. Do you agree? You will write the answer that whether you agree or not. Now, even though in the question it is not given that you have to justify your answer, you will justify it. It's not that you will only write yes, I agree or no, I do not agree, full stop. No. You will justify that why are you writing yes or why are you writing no. So for the answer for this question will be yes. You all will write yes, farming methods require more inputs which are manufactured in industry. And then how will you justify it? You will justify your answer by giving examples of fixed capital and working capital that are manufactured in industries. For example, fixed capital, for fixed capital you require tools, machineries, and those tools and machineries are manufactured in industry. Working capital includes fertilizers, pesticides, and these are also manufactured in industry. Students, remember that none of the answers you will write in paragraph. All the answers have to be written in points. Question number 3. How did the spread of electricity help farmers in Palampur? Now this was also given for your assignment. The answer is on page number 3. You will write that how earlier farmers used Persian wheels, but then with the as electricity was introduced, they started using electricity powered tube wells that helped them to cultivate large areas of land much efficiently. Now this answer also has to be written in points. Number 1, you will write about Persian wheel and then you will write about electricity. Question number 4. Is it important to increase area under irrigation? Why? So you all will write yes, it is important to increase area under irrigation, and then you will give your own reasons. So this question is your assignment. You will do it yourself, and the answer will be discussed once the school reopens. Students, question number 5. Construct a table on the distribution of land among the 450 families of Palampur. So this question I have not written here on the slide because I have already given you all notes for this question and that was in a proper table. So this is already done. Question number 6. Why are the wages for farm laborers in Palampur less than minimum wages? This also I have given you all. So we have already discussed. So this answer we are also not discussing here. Number 7 is an activity based question, and that is why we are leaving that question. Coming directly to question number 8. What are the different ways of increasing production on the same piece of land? Use examples to explain. So students, you will write this answer in points. We have studied that what are the different ways. So you will write number 1, multiple cropping, and then you will write the definition of multiple cropping, and then you will write the different types of crops that farmers grow in different season. Then the next point will be can be of modern farming methods, and there you can give the example of HYV seeds, that how farmers were using traditional seeds, but then with the use of this HYV seeds they are able to produce more. Number 3, you can write about the irrigation facility through which they are able to produce more. Now these different ways are helpful to increase the production on the same piece of land. You will explain all these methods in points by giving examples. So this question you may get for 3 marks questions. Next, question number 9. Describe the work of a farmer with 1 hectare of land. You will think and you will write the answer for this question on your own. Question number 10. How do the medium and large farmers obtain capital for farming, and how is it different from the small farmers? Or student, this question I've already discussed in assignment 4, and the answer for this question is given on page number 9. We discussed that small farmers borrow capital because they don't have savings, whereas medium and large farmers, they obtain capital for farming from their savings. Coming to question number 11. On what conditions did Savita get loan from Tejpal Singh? Would Savita's condition be different if she could get a loan from the bank at a low rate of interest? How? Students, the first part of this question I already gave you all for your assignment, and we have discussed also. The answer for the first part is given on page number 9. From there you will find the conditions and you will write. Number two, the second part, sorry. Would Savita's condition be different if she would get a loan from the bank at a low rate of interest? Students, we know that the rate of interest on which Tejpal Singh gave loan to Savita was very high. And if she would have taken the loan from the bank at a low rate of interest, her conditions would have been better. So you all will write that yes, Savita's condition would have been different. Now this how part, the third part of the question is not given in your book. I have added it here. I told you all that if you all are writing yes or no for any questions answer, then you will not just stop there. You will justify your answer. So if you are writing yes, that's Savita's and that will be the answer. You cannot write no. So when you are writing yes, Savita's condition would be different, you will justify how. So students, it would have been different because she has taken loan from Tejpal Singh at 24% interest rate, which is very high. And if she would have taken it at a low rate of interest from the bank, then of course she would have been able to save more. Also, one more condition on which Savita got loan was that she had to work as a farm labor, where if she would have taken the loan from bank, she did not have to do this work. She would have given more time to her own land and also to her family. So all this you will write in this as the answer of this question. Now make sure that you write it in points. Question number 14. Students, 12 is again an activity based, that is an optional question, so you need not do it. And question number 13 is also question number 13 is also an activity based question. So coming directly to question number 14, what can be done so that more non-farm production activities can be started in villages? Students, this answer also you will write it on your own. Think that what are the different ways through which different non-farm production activities can be started in village, because we know that people in villages are dependent on agriculture. They don't get a lot of employment opportunities. So just think and write. So that's all for today's class. The assignment is included in this video. Thank you, students. An instruction for all of you. The questions that I've given you all for assignment, and suppose that question is again in your exercise, so you need not write it again. I just discussed it again so that you understand it better. Okay. Now this question number 11, that of your exercise, only the first part you got for your assignment, not the second part and the word that how that I have added. So you will write the answer of the second part and the third part only. You need not write the answer of the first part again. Is it clear? So all of you will write the questions only once. You need not write it twice. Thank you, students.